Man, oh man, do I have some stock picks for you guys today. But beyond that, we're actually going to go really, really deep with this because there's a lot of underlying things happening with the stock market and related to these plays and how it's going to go. And now you guys will notice something. Some of the plays are going to be different. I have been documenting some of the same plays as a watch list, but understand that's the whole key of a watch list is to keep an eye on these. And I'm giving you guys certain durations, some of these plays here too, but it's to keep an eye, watch, and that's why I'm bringing up some of the developments, but we got a whole set of new things. So before I get into it, I have to give a special shout out to the chat. You guys, they killed it today on the live stream. We had over 400 people. They alerted me to this news on China. I mean, again, we saw the dip. People were able to literally source it faster than Twitter. I love you guys. You did amazing, so appreciate that. And if you guys haven't been to the live stream, you can check the comment section below. I've pinned the channel. It's in the descriptions. It's in the corner. But we are live Monday through Friday, 30 minutes before open. So you're going to watch this screen and watch me trade and partake in the chat. We need more people to get more information. It's honestly, I love it. You guys are doing great. And then also drop a thumbs up on this video. If you guys like it, you find it helpful, you want to see this content. As you guys see, YouTube is showing you more and you guys are letting me know what to create. So I'm going to keep pushing these out. You guys have been giving me awesome feedback. So as always, post your watch list too. What do you agree with with me? What do you disagree with? If you have any other plays, some people even commented on my last video. I didn't have a chance. I'm trying to get to this quick. Honestly, I'm ranting too much. So yeah, post your plays. You guys get it. Let's get into it. The first one is FedEx. FedEx is very important, and this is what I mean. It gets deep here because this has bigger implications beyond just the stock. However, they reported that last quarter they gave poor guidance, and now this quarter they also gave poor guidance and drop. But now this is one of those earnings plays where we want to watch. And now if this drops further, we want to see the continuation, or just like some of those other, how many times have we seen it so far? Big drop and then it comes back up. But either way, this is going to set a play. The options are kind of expensive, so we have to wait and see. But that's one aspect. But the next thing I'm saying where it gets deep, this is related to the Dow Jones Industrial Transports. This is a different ETF, but essentially you look at the transports. Whenever there's a divergence, it's important. Transports, think about this in economics. Anything you guys buy, from oil to products on Amazon, it gets transported. So if there's a slowdown in demand in transport, there's probably a slowdown in people buying and selling stuff. There's that, but other sympathy plays now, and that's what I'm saying with FedEx. Be on the lookout for tomorrow, what it does, but then any other sympathy plays ranging from direct competitors like UPS all the way down to other transportation people who would get affected this, like CSX or even the rail cars, believe it or not. So that's an important one. Keep your eye out on for that one. Next one is Micron. Micron, I like specifically. Well, you guys saw chip makers today. If you guys look at Micron, this is what it did. AMD was a crowd favorite. You guys love that one today. Here's Qualcomm. And then NVIDIA, I've been putting NVIDIA on the watch list. And, the options were not cheap and favorable. It made a move. And even after all this, there wasn't really too big of a profitable play, believe it or not, unless you were already in it. So Micron is why I like it, because it's a lagger. It's either lagging Qualcomm, meaning it could still go down and it could, it's going to react to some of that pressure, or it's lagging AMD and NVIDIA. So one thing to note even from this Micron play, so what I'm saying is it hasn't moved much. It's still in the middle. It still has the potential to move like an AMD or NVIDIA. It's still a decent sized float. And Micron used to be a hedge fund favorite. Don't underestimate what this stock did. And especially as I've been looking, I've been seeing a lot of these old hedge fund favorites that died off, like Chipotle, even like Cyber. They're coming back up. So what Micron does is it's honestly fascinating me, man. I feel old. That 5-year chart. See, this is when it was a fan. Yeah, it's already past that. That's crazy. So Micron did suffer a lot. It could keep going. It has some upside, but again, this is on a shorter term scale. Noticing how it's playing with the other one. So this is going to be your cheaper one, but again, we're going to see. So like even for the stream, you guys, we're going to go over these plays, Mondays, anything like, Mondays, what I'm saying, pre-market, any of this stuff could change. We're going to see updates, see what happens pre-market. So we're going to give updates from there. So that's important to watch. The next one here is actually the SPY, believe it or not. And I have another play I'm going to show you, but this was the drop. This is what I said, the chat. Shout out to chat again. Y'all killed it. But what happened here was the talkbacks, or China saying they're, pulling back some of those concessions. However, I'm going to give you guys currencies to watch. Here's the Chinese yuan. When it goes up, it weakens. When it goes down, it strengthens. If you're not familiar, don't worry. I'm not saying watch this. I'm not saying trade Forex, but I want you guys to use this even then. I'm giving you guys I'm not giving the whole rundown economically and talking, floated exchange rates and how trade is affecting currency and all that. No, I just look at it as far as confirmation, or if you're seeing any strength or weakness. So again, if this goes up, that means it's weakening. Expect more trade tensions, expect pressure on the United States stock markets and even other stock markets abroad. The next one is going to be the pound as well. If it goes up or down, it's going to be important. This is related to the euro, but again, why I'm bringing these up, we're seeing big moves in the currency. We even saw it with the USD Jappy today too. This is the third most important. I put these in order of importance. If you see it go, this goes down, the S&P will go down. This goes up, the S&P will go up. But again, they're having different effects. And what I'm saying is all these moves are creating big currency fluctuations. Any single one of those will be a sign. So if you see that, bring it up in the chat. If you guys are into Forex or any of this and understand the deeper levels, feel free to comment on that. But that's something to watch. But now here's a little cool thing I wanted to show you because I brought this up on the live stream. Right when the won strengthened with the bad news, the stock market went down, or the won weakened, and then the won strengthened, the market came back down. Here's you guys can see. Drop, huge bounce up, but then it gave back, bounced up a little, then finally gave up more. But tell me that's not, it's literally a direct inverse of what you see here. If you guys are on a laptop, take your screen and just flip it upside down and it'll look like what the SPY did today coming into close. So that's something interesting I saw for people. But now related to the SPY, the next play is going to be McDonald's. And even if you overlay it, this is something I put on the watch list we're watching. I've said this is like a 2-week duration play, not in the sense of timing, but sometime now in the next 2 weeks, I'm expecting I'm not going to get ahead of myself. Don't, consult with a financial professional, whatever. These gains are not realistic, but I'm expecting a big, 500%, 1,000%, whatever you want to call it. But if you're able to catch it, because you saw what it does today, and this is what I was looking for, is now I was waiting for it to catch up with the SPY, and as we see, it held. And eventually the SPY caught up with McDonald's. So now they're going to pair up tomorrow, hopefully. So if the SPY goes up, McDonald's will go up, and that could see a big bounce. Or if the market goes down and we see that rotate and it goes up, it could go up, or it could also go down. But I'm being on the lookout for this. I want to see these moments where SPY stays up, we're able to get it at a low price, and it's going to kind of meet up with it. So keep your eye out on for that. I know some of you guys are in there. So this is it's going to be a good play to learn how to play in finesse. Now, finally, our last but not least, young Walt Disney. I'm really excited about this one because this is interesting. One, there's a lot of underlying concepts or underlying news related to other stuff. One, Disney is having their new streaming service. It's affecting Netflix. Netflix could be related to Roku, but now there's other competition from Apple, and there's a lot of anticipation and hype but beyond these. And again, just because it's a good thing for Disney doesn't mean the whole buy the rumor, sell the news thing might not be true in this case. But it's interesting because, again, how Disney sold off today. This was a big sell-off. You guys got to realize Disney dropping $2.82, 2.5% in a day is big. But this is going to be cool to see on either side, how it's going to move, because this is a low volatility stock. Because I think the volatility is like at 30% now. Let me go to Disney. But it was at like 15% earlier. We looked at them. The contracts were cheap. The calls were super cheap today. Even when the stock was going up, the puts were super cheap. It's because it's a low volatility stock. So my warning with Disney, what you guys got to really understand, it's not going to move a lot. So if you pay, understand your break even. But if you're expecting a bigger move, if you're expecting Disney to move $5 in a day, be cautious. However, it is at a pretty crucial point here. It's dropping. Again, you don't really see too big of these drops when Disney's kind of like a Boeing. And again, this volume is crazy if you guys see it. So I got to check let me double check the news. So it says like Boeing is, again, that volume is huge. It's big. But also today there was that little merger. It's related to Fox and the completion of a merger and some par share value, because they did buy a segment of Fox. So take a look out on that. But this is huge. It's a big downturn. A stock like this shouldn't move. So this is telling us something. And again, like I said with transport, so transport's going down, and then Disney and seeing that, but then the sympathy plays related to anything from Netflix again down to Roku or anything like that. So it's going to be pretty important. That's pretty much it that I got for you guys. I'm going to see you tomorrow, 30 minutes before open. You guys better be there. Drop a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, and let me know what your guys' questions are. If you have questions, put your watch list, but be prepared to look on this. Again, if I said anything wrong, if I'm wrong here, let me know. And I forgot to mention, today is March 19th. This is for March 20th. Somebody requested that I put the date in there so that they could get a better idea of this, because as they're just cycling through these videos. So hopefully that helps. And again, the market's delivered a lot. Maybe I should talk about the events. We do have the Red Book tomorrow with retail sales, And then we do have the Fed meeting and the Fed decision. So we are going to be streaming that live. So hopefully I see you guys there. That will be fun. And I think that's pretty much it besides all the European data. Don't forget about the bank stocks and all that. And again, like I said in the beginning, watch list means what it means. Watch it and keep these things on watch. They're on watch for a reason. So, a lot of times I don't want you guys like, oh, these are similar plays, this and that. But hopefully you see when I'm bringing up these plays, I need big reasons. This is a good reason on FedEx, great reason on Disney. McDonald's is maybe, I'm kind of obsessed with it and stalking it. Micron, we're seeing divergences within the competitors, sympathy plays, all that. So all that's important. I'm going to stop ranting. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Peace.